Hello and welcome to another Quiarcus Plays. This time we are tackling Relic's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, in which we play that fellow there, the mighty Captain Titus of the Ultramarines. Now, if you're familiar with the Warhammer 40,000 universe, you'll know that the Ultramarines are kind of like the poster boys for the forces of the Imperium. They are adherents to the book that their Primarch, their first Space Marine, their leader essentially, wrote, the Codex Astartes, and they're pretty badass. But everybody gives them a hard time, because they're such goody-goody two-shoes. Anyway, enough of that. Let's jump in to a new campaign, and we're going to play it on normal for this playthrough, so that I will have a chance, while talking, to actually get through this without getting slaughtered. So I don't know how legible the font is on this screen when you're watching it, but essentially the planet is being invaded by a hostile Xenos force, and they wanted to blow it up first.
Captain Titus, the orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces, and they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever of the damned orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machine.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report.
Starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We are losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. We'll find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderbolt Lancer 12 returning to launch bay.
So, yes, as I was saying, the Imperium initially thought about blowing the planet up, but this planet happens to build some very, very nice weapons of war.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery.
So, they asked for some help. And along came the Ultramarines.
Not before having a word or two with the orcs.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
And you can see why these guys are kind of badass. And somehow I don't break my legs. Now, for a company that tend to make RTS games, this is a pretty superb third-person action kind of combat shooter game, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, getting our first look at the enemy. The vile fungal greenskins. These small ones are Gretchens. Their bigger counterparts, orcs. And yes, I said fungal, because these guys are basically giant mushrooms, if you read the lore. Violent, pig-headed, sort of myopic mushrooms that happen to sound like football hooligans, which is, I suppose, quite fitting, really. Of course, I mean British football, what Americans and other parts of the world call soccer. Just as a distinction there, lest anybody get confused. There we go, blow that up. And all guns blazing. Now, this game, it plays really nice actually. It has a wonderful sort of freedom of movement between your weapons. Look at the other guy, please. There we go. As you can see, 1 minute I'll be using my melee weapons, and very quickly I can switch over to my ranged weapons without a break, without a menu screen, anything like that, any inconvenience. Okay, you have to punch this guy in the face and kill him. Kill him dead. There we go. The other nice thing about this is that, like many games, since Halo, it employs this sort of a two-tier health bar system. So you've got kind of like a shield, which is that golden bar which regenerates over time, and then you have the health bar. Most games where the health bar would perhaps regenerate if you hid for long enough, or you picked up a med pack or something like that, the only way you can get the health back in this game is by slaughtering things. Which is why you might have noticed me doing some of those sort of very visceral execution moves like that. Some of my stagger into people's skulls. And there are a couple of different variations. I don't know if I can get any of them here. Just going to do the same move over and over again, seemingly. Oh, he blew up something next to me, so I'm going to have to kill him. There we go. And that differs depending upon the weapon you're using. I'm out of ammo. Blow that up. There we go. Reload it. Going to have these two tier of attacks. You have a standard sort of slashing attack, and then you have that stun move that's knocked that guy off with this terrain. Interesting. You stuck there now, sir. I shall shoot you through the head. Because I can. There's a big old orc up there, but we're going to pay any attention to him. And orcs aren't terribly bright. So this guy obviously won't stop firing. I wonder if he's wondering if this was a good plan. There's the city laid out before us. And this is going to murder property prices in the area. Ouch. That is going to be an insurance nightmare. That's for sure. Death, destruction, devastation. Other words that begin with D and imply destruction and the such. But of course, under all the detritus, I'm fine. Of course I am. I'm a space marine. See, it says so right there. Should be some inspirational music playing right then, but of course, this being YouTube, I'm not taking any chances.
Captain Titus, come in. damned orcs shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought anyone would be left alive. Much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
It disappeared. That was interesting. Has a cloaking device. So again, good look at the Imperial City here, and we've got this huge gun ahead of us. There's a really nice effect there of the weapon firing. You can see that statue as well. And that statue, if you see it has a kind of an odd halo around its head, that means it's a Cult Mechanicus statue. It's the cog of the Omnissiah, which means that we're on a Forge World. Which is kind of cool. You can see, well, we're on the ruins of a Forge World anyway. Look at this place. Well, look at all this rust. Nobody was taking care of it anyway. The world's pretty well realised and very nicely rendered. I mean, this was, I believe, a custom game engine. I'm not entirely sure. But it wasn't bad considering this was Relic's first attempt at a third-person shooter. There we go. Oh, seriously? Missed that one? Got him. The game went through several iterations as it went along. At one stage it was being developed by a completely different company entirely, and then when Relic first got their hands on it, it kind of was a squad-based RPG game, which was kind of interesting to look at, but it ended up being this, a third-person shooter, and it's kind of cool. It's nice, it plays well. Oh, and here's our first weapon pickup. You get lots of these throughout the game, as you'd expect. But this is one of the stalwarts, one of the ones that you keep hold of the longest. The .998 Godwin Pattern Bolter. I can't believe I remember that correctly. There you go. So, and this thing is a wonderful weapon of war. Let's have a look at it in action. There we go. They've got it ejecting if I fire. You'll see that it actually ejects some cases. That's, as I keep pointing out, I believe that's wrong. The bolter fires a caseless ammunition like a rocket, so I'm not entirely sure where that comes from. But never mind. It looks cool. These orcs running around the planet, infesting the place. I'm not a human. Don't insult me. I am as far removed from them as you are from Gretchen's, sir. There we go. As you can see, I'm playing with the gamepad. And there are a few games I enjoy playing with gamepads, mainly these sort of third-person action games. I find they just play more smoothly. Yes, a mouse and keyboard is going to give me better accuracy, but sometimes it just feels more natural to play it with this sort of layout. And I'm actually using an old Xbox 360 controller for this. I did at one stage have a rather swanky Razer Onza Tournament Edition, but I had two of them, in fact, and both of them broke. Same problem. The right control stick started pulling left for some reason, so I had to get rid of both of them. It wasn't very good. Razer were good enough to replace the first one for me, but the second one happened, broke many years of after many years of use. Oh, we've got a grenade incoming. Going to dodge out of the way of that. A few more orcs coming over the ridge. Don't know what my buddy's doing. Is he firing at stuff? He is firing at stuff. A few more. I want to get rid of these shooters because they're a pain in the neck. There we go. Let's go help our buddy out because he seems a bit swamped there. Melee is far more efficient in this game than ranged combat is, which makes me kind of think that maybe they should have put these as Space Wolves rather than Ultramarines. Perhaps would have been more fitting.
Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I look to its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself.
Now, the Codex Astartes, as I alluded to before, is kind of like a rule book for Space Marines. It tells them how to act, the best ways of fighting, best ways to engage certain enemies. It's a bit like a primer mixed with Sun Tzu's Art of War. And for the Ultramarines, adherence to it is kind of a given. It's unfathomable, it's unthinkable that you would go against the Codex Astartes, where other chapters might, such as the Space Wolves, the Blood Angels, etc. The Ultramarines cleave to it very, very closely. And it informs how their chapter works, how it's laid out, how many men are in each unit, etc, etc, etc. It's kind of like everything you want to know to be a Space Marine.
Sedona's picked up local Imperial Guard communication.
Oh, that statue's got its head knocked off.
Under the shadow of that guard. I want to know how.
You see things falling from the atmosphere, and those are actually rocks and bits of debris. I'm going to try and save these guys. If you're quick enough, you can actually save them. Oh dear, he got killed. Never mind. If you're quick enough and you act shoot in exactly the right way, you can actually save those two guys. Firing into the back of these orcs as they run from us. Not the most efficient way of using ammo, blind firing with a bolter, firing from the hip like that, but hey, you know. Maybe more? There's something still there. Hey, Gretchen.
You have saved us.
He's covered in blood there. I have an auto wash system though, seemingly.
You saved yourselves. You thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, Guardsman. We rendezvous with Sedonas. Then we find this lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery.
You see how much bigger we are than these guys. And they're about 6 foot and we're maybe another foot above them. We are genetically engineered giants.
Remarkable. A few hundred against a million orcs. Then we fight on.
Only in death.
No! Get off! My legs. I can't feel
And you can
my
see they're
legs.
not doing terribly well here. But they worship us because we're awesome and pretty much indestructible. Wow, that's an exaggeration. Space Marines can be killed by anything tough enough, but against lesser races,
Captain,
they are a
I'm in
pain.
position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
Go up there. No, okay. Gotta continue on our merry path towards the broken statue here, where our friend Sedonas informs us he's hiding. Well, hiding, fighting, I suppose. Space Marines don't hide that often. You get a very nice feel for how big these guys are. There he is, see.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you. The orcs have got that gun well defended, no mistake. A typical orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
I may have encountered you during
You can see we've got another weapon upgrade coming here. And It's a wonderful chainsword, which we'll get to use in a sec. And all the weapons, all these upgrades, and there's many throughout the game. Beautiful kill. Have various different means of killing, different animations. Different effects. Here's another execution for you. Chainsword has to be one of my favourites. It's so deliciously messy. As a weapon like this would be, I mean, it's a pretty brutal way of fighting. Oh, we got some orcs. Out of ammo. It'd be really nice if they'd put a kind of a Gears of War style reload system in this. To speed up reloading occasionally. I'm wasting a lot of ammo actually by not being absolutely on target. And that comes from not using a mouse and keyboard, I guess. But never mind. Some more ammo over here. Let's pick that up. The interface on this game is nice as well. It's very clean. Not much on it. See some nice buildings in the background too. As we wander through these trench systems. Don't know what I was shooting at there. And that little bundle of fun with claws, teeth, and a bad attitude was a squig. It's kind of like another mushroom, but this time it'll just either bite your face off or occasionally have bombs struck through it and blow up. They're unpleasant little things. You can hear them coming a mile off though. There we go, and if you can shoot them in time, they're no real hassle to deal with. But they can be quite fun to... if you catch them like that, you can do quite a bit of damage to the enemy. Oh, dropship up there. Pick up those grenades. Let's go save some weakling guardsmen. Of course now called the Adeptus Militarum or something crazy like that. Astra Militarum, something like that. Games Workshop changed the name for legal reasons. There we go, another walk down. Then being a bit wasteful with ammo there, but never mind. A load of orcs come in, we'll go lob a grenade at them. A bit low on ammo, in fact. Let me see if I can find some more. There we go. There's the grenades.
Dropship incoming.
We've got a dropship incoming. That's fun. Take out that guy. Take out that guy. Reload quickly. Take out that fellow. Reload again. Lob a grenade. That was more effective, wasn't it? Bits of green skin everywhere. Haven't got any more ammo back here. No. Oh well. Oh, they're coming back for more. How that thing flies, I'll never know. And... oh, here we have an orc knob. Bigger, meaner, more heavily armoured than their opponent. Their friends. We're going to shoot him in the head a lot. Not quite enough, so we're going to... oh! Engage him in a little bit of a fight. And then blow his head up. Because we're a space marine.
Space Marines, thank you.
There we go, we've got 4 shots left with our bolter. We're not conserving a lot of ammunition here, are we?
Ultramarines, open this door.
Knock knock.
Word from the second reckoning. Another horde of the greenskins are headed here from the south.
Hey guys.
Just like another from source.
I seem to cast no shadow. Interesting. Oops, which way? This way? Okay. How I move in all this armor, I don't know. I wouldn't be very fast.
Hold the line.
And there we go, we've got this lovely look at the command bunker here. I always imagine the Warhammer 40,000 universe being a lot like the Alien and Aliens universe. Lots of big clunky switches and dials, and fuzzy monitors.
Thank the enemy. Second Lieutenant Mira, 203rd Cadian Regiment.
Captain Titus, the Ultramarines.
You are in command.
I'm all that's left, my lord. Unless my commanders rise from the grave. So far, they seem content to stay put.
Lieutenant, the scouts have returned to forward base.
How many?
2.
Damn. I sent out 10. That damn gun. We don't have the numbers to make an assault. And as you might have seen, it's shooting down all our support vessels.
That is why we are here. Leave the gun to us.
Come with me, then. I should warn you, my lords. We've got a slight orc problem down here.
Oh, oh, funny girl. So funny. You can see this golden thing here. This isn't a weapon upgrade, this is kind of like a health and gives us a special ability. And it's a wonderful little purity seal, which you'll actually see draped off my right pauldron now. There you go, see? Fluttering away in the breeze there. You pick up several of these in the game, and they unlock Fury mode. Once my meter's full, I can hit both sticks to go into an enhanced close combat mode. It's kind of cool.
No other Titans on this planet.
Only that our troops were sent to guard the Titan Invictus at Manufactorum Ajax. That was 2 weeks ago, and we've lost contact.
We need to reach that Titan.
Your fastest route is across the rail bridge behind the gun complex. It leads directly to the western gates of the Manufactorum.
Right, there you go. So, that's all I've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at the game. It's still a fun game, holds up very, very well, in my estimation. If you've got any comments, positive or negative, feel free to leave them below the video or contact me at Quiarcus. Like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I shall see you again next time. Bye bye for now.